Hey, thank you for sticking around. This is Kevin Fear. This is Pillow Talk. Welcome back. Uh, I am the president and CEO of Mattress Express, a chain of luxury bedding stores. And on this program, we talk about sleep. If you're listening to this program in a town where we don't have Mattress Express, you're saying, who the heck is Mattress Express? We are a short drive from you. You can go to mattressexpressny.com to find our locations. You can call 1 800 new beds during normal business hours, 7 days a week. Or you can email me at pillowtalkquestion at gmail.com. You can hear this program on the radio. You can watch it on our website, and you'll see it on TV from time to time. But it's a show about sleep. We sell sleep, and we want you to get a great night's sleep. And my whole goal is if you can learn something from this program that gives you or your family a better night's sleep, I've succeeded. And then all I ask is that when you need a new sleep system, you visit one of my stores. Just give us a try, compare us to others, see what we have. Today we're going to talk about recommended sleep times by age group. I found this very interesting. I glean a lot of my information from the internet. I like the National Sleep Foundation.org. There's other sites I go to and I do my research. I also gather information from dealing with customers and their needs and wants over the last 15 years. Um, One of the most important things you can keep in mind are the effects that sleep deprivation has on your body. Memory issues, trouble with thinking and concentration, mood changes, driving problems, high blood pressure, weakened immunity, risk for diabetes, weight gain, risk of heart disease, low sex drive, poor balance, just to name a few. So when you're investing in your next sleep system, remember you spend a third of your life in bed and it affects everything you do. You need to get the right bed for you and your partner. So let's talk about recommended sleep times by age group. I found this fascinating. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. You tell me. Or pillow talk question at gmail.com. Newborn, 0 to 3 months old, 14 to 17 hours a day. I've never had a newborn in my life. I have children in my life through my second marriage, wonderful three little girls, but I've never had a newborn in my life. So you tell me. Infant, 4 to 11 months old, 12 to 15 hours. Toddler, 1 to 2 years old, 11 to 14 hours. Preschool, 3 to 5 years old, 10 to 13 hours. Seems like a lot to me, but what the heck do I know? School age, 6 to 13 years old, 9 to 11 hours of sleep a night. Makes a lot of sense. A lot of this is just common sense when we go through this. These kids are growing, their bodies are changing quickly, you need a lot of sleep. I'm old and fat, I need a lot of sleep. It makes sense, right? Teenager, 14 to 17, 8 to 10 hours of sleep. Young adult, 18 to 25, 7 to 9 hours. Adult, 25 to 64, 7 to 9 hours. That's about right. I think I sleep about 8, 7, 8, 9. I'm right in there. I don't know about you. What about you? Older adult, 65 years or more, 7 to 8. The amount of sleep you need goes down. Fascinating. Deciding how much sleep you need means considering your overall health, daily activities, typical sleep patterns. Some questions you may want to assess your sleep needs include: are you productive, healthy, happy on 7 hours of sleep? Or have you noticed that you require more hours of sleep to get into high gear? Listen, it's one of those things you don't really think about until it's brought to your attention. There's times I wake up and I just feel like, man, I know I didn't sleep great. I've made it no secret that I wear a CPAP. And I wake up in the morning, and if I forgot to put it on, I'm done. I'm toast for the day. I'm no good. And I'm not afraid to say that. I need it. Do you have coexisting health issues? Are you at a higher risk for any disease? These are questions you take into consideration when deciding how much sleep you need. Do you have a high level of daily energy expenditure? Do you do physical work for a living? Do you frequently play sports or work in a labor-intensive job? You might need more sleep, right? Your body's got to recover. Sleep is recovery. Sleep is recovery. Your body is recovering, right? You need to understand it. Do your daily activities require alertness to do them safely? Well, I think you could say anything we do in life. Driving, going up a flight of stairs requires alertness to do them safely. Are you experiencing or do you have a history of sleep problems? So many people ignore it. My mother's going to kill me for saying this, but when I was growing up, she snored like a freight train. I mean, the walls would rattle. And she'll kill me when she hears that. But it's true, but it was a different time back then. We didn't know. Nobody wore CPAP back then. Nobody really thought about it. Um, but yeah, yeah. Are you experienced? Yeah. Do you have a history of sleep problems? If you do, deal with it. Stop putting it up. It's going to change your life. Unfortunately, we get wiser as we get older. It'd be nice if we had some of this wisdom when we were younger. But you realize when you get older, it's all about quality of life. You don't have your health, you don't have anything, right? So if you're waking up and you're not feeling good every day, do something about it. Stop complaining about it. Do something about it. Do you depend on caffeine to get through your day? Uh, I like my coffee. I don't think I depend on it. I could get up and go without coffee in the morning. I enjoy coffee, but I don't think I don't need coffee to get through the day. But I know people that do. I have people that work for me. I walk in and they're drinking these terrible energy drinks in the morning. I think they're terrible. Um, and they say I need it to wake up. Well, maybe you ought to look at your mattress, right? When you have an open schedule, do you sleep more than you do on a typical work day? That's huge. If you have the day off, do you find yourself sleeping? Excuse me, I was getting over being sick. Do you find yourself sleeping at night or during the day? When you have time off? I don't like to do that because I get very tired when I lay down in the middle of the day and take a nap. And if you need to do that, it's probably a problem, right? Oh, and then we go through the recommended hours of sleep. National Sleep Foundation guidelines advise that healthy adults need between 7 and 9 hours. Now, when I was a kid, a teenager, I worked at Van Dyne Nursing Home. I've talked about this before. And I worked with a lot of wonderful people. It was a wonderful experience at that age working there. Very humbling to serve people in their final years. And I worked with this wonderful woman named Helen. I don't know if she's with us anymore because I was a young kid and she was older at the time. She was a lovely, lovely lady who gave people tremendous care. I always said, well, if I was ever incapacitated, this is the woman I want taking care of me. But nevertheless, what always amazed me about her is she went on like 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night. I don't know how she did it. And she just said, that's all I need. It's what my body needs. And everybody's different. So these are just guidelines, but it always fascinated me. I was always a little jealous that I couldn't function on that kind of sleep. But even back then, I don't want to date myself. This was back in the 80s, in the early 80s. And the patients had beds where the head elevated and the feet elevated, and it's good for them. Why isn't that good for you, right? So much more comfortable. Sleeping on a flat rectangle is not always your best night's sleep. I sleep with my head elevated, so much more comfortable. Sometimes I sleep with my feet elevated. Again, we sell mattresses called a flex head, where each head goes up and down independently. It's got a slit down just the top third of the mattress. You can buy the mattress with the slit all the way down the middle. I find those, in some cases it works, but I find those to be uncomfortable. I find people complaining about laying in the gap in the middle. Sometimes the mattresses push apart. A flex head is such a better option. And we have the largest selection in New York State. Listen, if you're listening to this show and you're in a town where we don't have stores, Mattress Express, and you're saying, who the heck is Mattress Express? Go to mattressexpress@ny.com. We're already delivering to your city if you're hearing this show. People drive. We have a huge radius. We just deliver all the way up to the Canadian border, down into Binghamton, Ithaca, all the way out towards Albany, Rochester. People come from far and wide because we have a different type of selection. We have the largest selection of flex head beds in New York State. We have Posh and Lavish, which is an ultra luxury bed with a very limited number of retailers. We have the number bed by Instant Comfort, the number bed by Personal Comfort. I can't emphasize this enough. If you're in the market for a number bed, before you buy anywhere, just check ours. We have an industry leading 25-year warranty. We have the flex setting king or queen. 5 years, no interest, no money down. A really quality, nice products. You can go to mattressexpressny.com. You can call 1-800-NEW-BEDS during business hours, or you can email me at pillowtalkquestion.com. Buying a mattress is serious business. You've got to get something that's really going to give you a great night's sleep. All I ask is that you give our stores a try when you're in the market next time. This is Kevin Fear. This is Pillow Talk. We're going to go do a couple commercials, and we will be right back after this. Thanks for joining us, guys.